Good time to tap
Were
out.
so how did the MF Doom record come about?
Yeah.
Like Doom just
Um,
hit you up and was
Now,
like,
actually, Doom didn't even hit me up. We did record the song together because a lot of times I did records and I did compilation projects. I wouldn't be in the same studio. Sometimes you did, but you know, after a while, like I said, I have my own equipment. You know what I mean? So somebody would shoot me a beat. I didn't have to be. Oh, Starbucks. One of my clients, I guess he was looking. Um, so yeah, at the time, like, I didn't have to be in the same room. I could just record whenever I was doing it. Most of my money I made overseas and overseas projects. Because like I said, I was touring, I was traveling. That's how I made my money. You know what I'm saying? I do my record. I know you did the hip hop thing, but I'm sorry, I didn't know they were your songs. But I learned. Okay, my client texted me while I'm. Hey David, what's up, bro? Anyway, so yeah, this record we actually did where we were in house together, and was a guy. I don't even remember how the fuck I met this guy. Know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, and he said that he was producing that vaudeville villain album with Doom, and that he had this vision for a record with us on it. So when I first heard the beat too, it was real slow. MF Doom is real animated, so I was just like, I don't know. It's one of my most popular records, though. It's like probably my most popular record that I've ever, done, because everybody knows Doom. He's a legend or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and people, like every day, somebody send me a message and tell me Facebook, wherever, people, Twitter, and they people posting and retweeting and this song every fucking day. You know what I'm saying?
yo, somebody when
Every fucking
we
day.
were playing your music at the beginning, somebody said that that song was how they discovered
Yep.
you as an artist.
I
A lot of people say that, yeah.
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 Yeah, a lot of people say that. But that record did open, a lot of doors for me. Again, like you got to keep doing things. Like I said, I'm a little bit more on the entrepreneurial side, and my focus kind of shifted. Like I said, after I have children, because I couldn't tour. You know what I'm saying? I did my last tour 2 months after my son was born. Yeah, like I said, I kind of embraced myself as a different person, and I'm like a lady. I just had a baby, and I couldn't. I went to Japan for 10 days to do a Nujabes concert. He had just passed away, and I was like, I was dying because I was away from my brand new baby. You know what I'm saying? But the artist life is the life that I know, and I got to think about it. It's crazy. Leave a 2-month-old baby with somebody for 2 days. Who the fuck does that? Like what guys do that. I would go on tour and then guys who
Yeah,
got
nah,
kids.
that's
Yeah,
not even like
I didn't have.
it's not even a
Yeah,
question. Nobody's even bothering the guys.
yeah.
Like what? Yeah,
Nobody.
nah, that's no big deal.
It's
That's
a
the way it's
way.
supposed to be,
It's a
bro.
way. Yeah, it's a way different look for dudes. I mean, as a matter of fact, Shabam. I mean, except for Spinner, but Shabam, Plex, all of them had kids already. They all had families. Complex, we used to go to the studio and we would be doing our shit. He came pick everybody up in a minivan, bro, because he had a family. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he had a family.
That's
He was
dope.
like,
That's dope though.
yeah,
That's dope though.
you know what I'm saying? But I didn't have any kids at the time. I didn't have kids till I was in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? Because it just wasn't. Like I said, it was Peter Pan lifestyle. It just wasn't a thing. Because the guy, you could go away and you be on tour and your wife is taking care of your house. Your wife is taking care of your kids. But when you're a female artist and you have children, like I said, the artist life was all I knew, and I kept seeing myself through that lens. But then when I became a mother, and then like I said, to leave my baby, I was like, oh, we gotta do something else. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do something else because the baby is, it's about that baby. You know what I mean? So my son changed my life. I always said, I tell him that all the time. He changed my life, man. But in all of the good ways, he opened up a whole lot of portals to knowledge for me that I didn't have access to before he came through. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What kinds of portals of knowledge did he unlock?
I mean,
I don't know.
having a child. Everybody that I know that has children always expresses that they didn't understand life
the same way
until the same way. Like once you have a child, life becomes like a different understanding.
Right.
It's the same thing
And a
like I said
different
about
operation.
transferable information. I mean, you just have this perspective that changes, that's so different, that it touches how you think about everything. I mean, nothing that you do is the same. I mean, you don't shop for groceries the same. You don't drive the same. You don't spend your money the same. You don't think about making money the same. You don't think about how you spend your time and the value of your time the same, right? Like right now, I got a family. I'm out here, like I had to hustle. Like I said, I went to my client or whatever. I work for myself, but the way I value my time is different. You know, if you got to pull me out of my house and you pulling me away from my children, you got to be talking about something. I don't go come out of my, you can't call me like, oh, let's go to the bar for no fucking reason. Like, for what? I got a bar in my house. Like, my grandfather built a bar in my basement. I got all the liquor. What you want? I got gin. Like I said, I got all the apps. You know what I'm saying? I could cook. I got the snacks. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Funny said, the fuck I need that shit for?
Yeah, I don't even need your company. Like, now when I think about it, even partying for a living, I think about going to a party in a club differently. Like, I go into a party in a club, it just feels dumb to me. I'm like, I'm sitting here in a box with a bunch of strangers listening to loud ass music for what? You know what I'm saying? For what?
I mean, I get it.
Everybody out there.
I get that a lot more than I want to admit.
Yeah, like people out here, they want to be seen. I don't give a fuck about being seen. If I want somebody to notice me, I'm gonna just flip the switch and turn my shine on. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
A lot of a lot of people out here is just customers. You understand? But I'm trying to self-serve. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that New York shit. I'm taking what I want from life. I'm pulling my shit. I'm a magician. I'm pulling my shit out the air. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck I want. I'm not going somewhere to be seen or to be recognized or to validate me or to be like, oh, look at me in this dress. I'm spinning. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I clean up nice, but I don't give a shit. I love being incognito in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
It does sound.
I don't even care about. Yeah, I mean, but but my goal is to try to do what I want, right? Like, I want to be on my own time. Like I said, my life is valuable to me. My time is valuable. I'm not a slave to routines that don't serve me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to be. I mean, I'm a human. I'm flawed. You know what I mean? But I'm just trying not to be a slave to routines that don't serve me.
Yeah, this is like big knowledge nuggets right here.
Or ideals that don't serve me. You know what I'm saying? Or even money. I like money, but when we start talking about that, I'll just say, like, money is not real. Money is an avatar for value. The buzzword is value. What's valuable? You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Russia right now. They said the ruble, the political conditions changed. The ruble was worth one thing one day, and the next day it's worth 1 cent. Money's not real. Money's not real.
It's a big fact.
It's an avatar. It's an avatar for value. You know what's real?
Yes.
Your labor is real. Your labor's real, and the time that passes that you expend your labor is real.
Yeah.
So what you gonna spend it on? You understand?
Yes.
If I'm coming away from my family, my family is the highest value to me. It's the highest priority to me. So if I'm going to leave my highest valuable, most valuable thing for something else, what's the offer? You understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't give a fuck about no job or any of that other shit. I'm pulling like I said, trying to pull my shit off the air. You know what I'm saying? Do it, make it for myself.
Yo, that's like wildly powerful statements.
Thank you, sir. It took me a long time. I had to bang my head against many walls. You know what I mean? I fell many times. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
fell many times.
Nah, that's but that's, you know what? That's the way that you learn, right? In life. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Being successful without losing, you're not gaining much. You're just gaining an inflation of your ego over time that just keeps on progressing, because at the end of the day, without the failure, there's no contestation, there's no growth. Failure is where, like, is what is going to give you the opportunity to grow as a human being.
Failure is a laboratory. That's like I tell my kids right now, like, because they're young, right? So they don't have, that toolbox of experience. So, like, it could be a little thing, like if we're doing something in school and I say, well, okay, well, you did this wrong, you're supposed to do this, they might break into tears because they got it wrong, right? They're trying to meet expectations. And I tell them, like, look, man, I said, we eat mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you that you need to embrace the wrong answer, because the right answer will surely proceed the wrong answer. The wrong answer, like a guess, who knows, right? But you get the wrong answer, you know for a fact that you won't get the right answer right after. So you might want to start, you might want to welcome getting the wrong answer. You might want to welcome just going out there and stepping out on faith and seeing what happens.
Also, knowing what doesn't work is wisdom.
You know what I'm saying? As I said,
valuable.
It's super wisdom.
Yeah, but that, so, you know, it's like kind of like, that's why I said, like, you know, the idea of going to a party and creating a version of yourself and sculpting yourself for people to admire. When I do that, I'm doing it because I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that because I'm trying to, you know, impress strangers. You know what I mean? If I get up and I get dressed and I'm going to get, like today, I'm coming on an interview, I'm here to present myself. So I clean myself up. If I'm going somewhere to talk to somebody about some money, I'm going to go look like some money. You know what I'm saying? But just to be walking down the street or to be talking to people or just be in the hood and have a name brand on or have some flash it on for somebody that, you know, I have another thing. We're talking about colloquialisms and things. Like to say one of my favorite things. I don't remember who told it to me, but what the next man eat don't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite things that I like to say. I'm worrying about myself. You know what I think, how I feel about myself. You know.
You know, I swear, like there's a lot of people who basically spend their whole lives trying to understand that, and you just like nailed it so succinctly and like to the point.
My favorite one.
Because sorry.
No, I'm
not saying because the game is like that also, because like I said, you do music and like I said, you kind of like get stuck in this like celebrity, and then you start thinking about how other people think of you, right? Like I said, I haven't put out a project in a long time, but you get in a room of artists, what they're gonna say? Oh, when's your next project coming out? Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then you start thinking competitively, as you know, instead of thinking about running your own race and thinking about your own value and doing what you want in your own time. And if you even feel like doing that, like I love music. I still consider myself a maker and a creator and a God level, whatever. Like I said, a magician. I create every day, right? But am I interested in necessarily doing hip hop music? Maybe sometimes, but I feel like I said, I had a ministry in terms of what I'm doing, but where I'm at right now in life and the things that I've embraced, I feel like my ministry is a lot bigger, right? Like I thought of myself through one particular lens, but now I have so many more talents. I could lay hands in so many different areas. You know what I'm saying? And also parts of myself that I want to, other parts of myself that I would like to develop and grow. You know what I mean? So I'm not interested in running other people's race, just saying, oh, well, I'm doing this, like just to impress people. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I do has to serve a purpose. I saw one time on Reddit recently, but you know, that's again, still, like I said, I'm human, so I still do have some ego, and I Google myself sometimes to see if my name's still living a long time.
Your name still rings bells, B.
My legend is still popping in the streets.
Your legend is still popping. Yeah,
so I saw a thread on Reddit, and the dude was like, I heard she's a barber. Why would you want to not be a rapper and be a barber?
The fans, the fans that don't, you know, come from here and don't know what it is. Like,
well, people want what they want. They have the expectation
want what they want.
Of you and their vision of you, and that's just because, you know, they're like, I need more. You know, like they want you to feed them, and I get it. It's like I said, you know, but what I think there's so much value in what I do, and one of the reasons why that I work with men all the time is because, like, as women, you know, we kind of got the beauty game on lock, right? Women been going to take care of themselves, but my clients are kind of on the high end side, and not kind of, they are on the high end side. And I'm like, you know, dude might have on like a $50,000 Rolex and a $10,000 Tom Ford suit, but he got a $25 haircut. So there's just kind of something off about that. Men are underserved, I think, in that respect. As being the kings or the bringing home the bacon, right? Like them sort of being in charge of their household, where there's kind of like this disparity in their services, right? And you talk to men about their looks, it's almost kind of like it's not even a manly thing to do, right? To talk about your looks or to be concerned about like what they had. They started calling it metrosexual, right? Like this kind of.
It's not. Yeah, it's super. It's always mocked. It's always mocked.
Yeah, these condescending sort of.
If you care anything about how you look, or like if you care too much outside of what is considered the norm by men, then you're immediately, like he's gay or so all sorts of different craziness. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So, for me, like when you even talk to a man and do a consultation, they talk to you like an abused wife, where you're like, so what are you gonna do? And they're like, oh well, if you cut it too short, it's fine. It's just hair, it grows back, and like no, nobody hit me, and I just ran into the doorknob. Like that kind of. That kind of
vibe, I want to pretend like I don't have that reaction if somebody were to ask me what I want to do with my hair, but that's exactly what it would be like.
That's exactly what you would say.
That's it. Like I went to a female hairdresser because I realized my hair's too long for like most dudes to deal with. And I went, so the guy sent me to the girl chair, and I didn't know how to talk to her. I didn't even understand that shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's like men have virtually, like, literally no expectation that they're going to get something that imagine a woman going to get her hair done and she has no expectation that she's going to walk away with what she wants. She would start flipping tables in that motherfucker. You understand?
You know what? I was literally
furniture be moving.
Last night I was watching Ali Wong's latest stand-up on Netflix with the wife, and Ali Wong is super, strong woman, and she was super talking about that, where she was like, yo, women, like, what, are you kidding? Like, women, we like, when we want something, we getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a woman is not gonna exist without whatever it is she set her thoughts upon. You know what I mean? Like, no, whatsoever. No, you know what I mean? And if there's a man in the relationship, he's gonna like, in her, comedy bit, she's like making this a joke, that like that dude's gonna be miserable until she gets what she wants. You know what I mean? Like, like you heard, like, until she gets what she wants, homie's gonna have to suffer.
I know my husband told me at times I could be very stressful.
It's I understand it. I've made that mistake when I found out. I've learned with dessert choices. If she says a dessert choice and we get a different dessert choice, that shit's going to show up in the house within 3 days. It doesn't matter if I'm there or not. It will arrive. And so I've just learned that it's cheaper to give her what she wants right away, because ultimately she's going to get it.
Right.
And then
because there will be two desserts.
Exactly. It's just going to happen. And
absolutely,
she's salty, which is not my favorite. So you give her what she wants and you win.
Apani.
Right.
I know you're feeling.
Well, you know what? I could be salty, but I try not to be salty. But I do. I put a lot of effort into getting what I want. Like I said, pulling things out the air and creating a certain level of comfort for myself. And that comfort for me is, like I said, if I want to have a drink, I already got the drink in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Anything that you need, you got.
Yeah. Have, like, just down to some little shit. Like, I don't want to be cutting garlic. I got me a little garlic press. You know what I'm saying? Just like whatever. My little accoutrement. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it takes to make my life a little bit more comfortable and convenient. I go to, I don't want to say great lengths, but I decide I want it, and then I go make that happen. You understand?
That's powerful. So, you just, like, that's a self-help book. Honestly, pretty much all of them. You just broke it down into a sentence.
So it's not a self-help book though. Then that'd be like a self-help pamphlet. You know what I mean?
That's like the bullet point form, like the pamphlet version.
You want to hear? You want to hear some real shit though? Like that's kind of one of my goals. And like when people say, "Oh, what's your goal?" I want to travel the world with no luggage, because everywhere I go, I already gonna have this shit there. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get on planes and don't just get on planes and don't take nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, sounds fire.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
That's super fire. Why not?
I never even thought that was an option until you said it.
It is an option.
Absolutely.
It's an option because I want it. You understand? That's the magician shit. I decide that's what I want. And then I'm going to go try to